I'm going to make this really quick because the light from outside is dying. So in this video I'm basically just going to tell you what I'm planning to read over the weekend and probably in the next few weeks as well, because one of the books is very, very long. So at the moment I am reading A Dance with Dragons Part 2, After the Feast by George R.R. Martin. This is the second part of the 5th book in the A Song of Ice and Fire series, which is a huge mouthful. I mean, the title itself is almost as long as the entire book. Maybe not quite. I'm not going to go into any detail about what this is about because obviously it's so far into the series, I don't want to spoil people. So you pretty much know what Game of Thrones is about. I didn't enjoy part 1 as much as I'm enjoying part 2, and that's probably because my favourite characters are back in it, which is simultaneously a good and bad thing, because it's good because I get to read about my favourite characters again, but it probably means that they're in some kind of mortal peril and I'm not ready for that. So right now I'm kind of a little bit nervous for 2 of my favourites. But I'm reading this as a part of the hashtag Down with Dragons read-along thing that Penelope from Penelope Picks started, so I'll leave a link to that in the description if you want to join in. We're basically just reading A Dance with Dragons in March so that we're ready for the next season of Game of Thrones to start in April, I think. I don't actually watch the show, so that's kind of funny, but I just wanted to finish off the series this month and get it out of the way. And I might start watching it because apparently it's going to change a little bit from the storylines in the book, so that should be quite interesting for me to watch it and see what they change. And it will also bring back in the element of surprise for me because obviously I'm not going to know certain things that are going to happen, so that should be quite fun and devastating. I'm also reading Wild Seed by Octavia E. Butler, and this is the first book in the Seed to Harvest series, or the Pattern Master series. I'm not really sure which one it's called because on my Kindle I have the bind up edition of 4 of the books from the series and that's down as the Seed to Harvest series, but on Goodreads it's down as the Pattern Master series, so I'm not really too sure, but anyway, that's the book that I'm reading. This was actually recommended to me as a good place to start with Octavia E. Butler's works, and I think it was Breathe and Flow, I think that's the channel name, so I'll link that channel in the description because she seems like she knows quite a bit about science fiction, and also recommended to me some Orson Scott Card, so thank you very much. It's basically about 2 people who are immortal and have these special abilities, and these abilities are genetic. So one of the characters, the man called Doro, he wants to kind of create these communities around the world where he basically breeds these people with special abilities in order to get the most powerful people that he can create. And he takes a woman called Anyanwu from her village in West Africa and takes her over to America to use her as part of his weird breeding program because she is very powerful, and I think she's the most powerful person that he's come across so far, so he really wants to use her in order to get her good genetics. And obviously because they're immortal it kind of jumps through time quite quickly, so it started off in the 1600s I think, and now we're in the 1800s. So I'm really hoping that as the series progresses it's going to go into the future maybe. That would be really cool. I'm really interested to see where the story's going to go. I'm quite invested in Anyanwu especially. Yeah, so I'm really enjoying both the books that I'm reading at the moment, and let me know in the comments what you're reading and whether you have any opinions on either of the books that I'm reading at the moment. Let me know what you think. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe if you want to, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye!